Okay, all right, let me just turn on my camera. Is my background correct? Let's see, what background am I using? Oh, this last night's background. Okay, let's see. Let me just change it. Do we have a background for this TTT? I think we do, right?
Yeah, but I cannot remember which one.
There's so many backgrounds. You know what? I'll use the one
But
from
this
last
one
night.
wasn't last night one. Last time we used a different one last night.
Yeah. Never mind, I'll use this one. Is this one okay?
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be okay.
Good. Okay. All right. Welcome everyone. Thank you for making time to join us in this hour. All right. We call it the Microsoft Copilot TTT for a reason, because we felt that we needed a dedicated hour to talk about Copilot. And of course, there's always so much to share. So I wanted to take a few minutes of Ridwan and Vic and the team to cover some of the latest updates. All right. So I'm sure many of you know that Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, was in town not so long ago, right? It feels like a long time, but actually it was this recent. He made this trip from Indonesia to Thailand, then to Malaysia before going home, right? And of course, during this trip, he made some very important announcements. I think one of the ones that's very close to heart is Microsoft committing a lot of money, all right, to 2.5 million people in ASEAN to skill them up on AI. I think that's a very exciting part of how he's going to transform this region. And of course, with that, when he was in Indonesia towards the end of last month, he also made an announcement to invest 1.7 billion US dollars, right, in cloud and AI. So this is an exciting boost, if you want, to Indonesia as a country. And of course, when he got to Malaysia a few days later, the announcement in Malaysia was even more exciting, if you want. Right, from 1.7 billion, he went to 2.2 billion for Malaysia, right, covering the same scope, if you want. Right, so that got me thinking, right, and of course, with his largest, or rather, Microsoft's single largest investment in Malaysia history, right, 32 years in Malaysia, right, this amount of money will be spent over a period of 4 years. He took the opportunity to also connect with our leadership, all right, our national leaders. So all these gave us a lot of momentum. So when I started to look at the two countries, right, Indonesia and Malaysia, I came up with some interesting facts, if you want. Right, starting with Indonesia is 6 times bigger than Malaysia in terms of size. And of course, the population was also bigger, or rather, population is also bigger. It's 8 times larger. Considering that Indonesia is bigger than us in probably almost all aspects, right? Interesting that the investment was different. Malaysia got a bigger investment. All right. So for those of you who don't find the information that you want, now with Copilot, you can get them very easily. So I use Copilot at my disposal, right, from the web in this case, to find the information, or even from the phone, right? Many of these things I actually do on the phone, right? Whether you are using an iPhone or an Android phone. So you can see that the data that I've picked up for you actually came from me reaching out to Copilot. So when he was in Malaysia, all right, we had this event, amazing event in Nexus, all right? Hopefully some of you made it, right? But these were some of the pictures that I took when I was there walking across during the breakouts, for example, right? And of course, many of you know that Malaysia, at least from our perspective, we started to reach out last year in February to talk about ChatGPT, because a few months after OpenAI released it, we found that there was so much happening with AI, right? And it was so easy to use. So that's why we believe the possibilities are amazing, all right? But it's important to note also is there are AI detection tools. So be careful that you don't misuse a tool like ChatGPT or even Copilot. So last year we saw tools like Crossplug, AI content detector, and Writer. Of course, this year in 2024 we saw some additional tools, right? Like for example, Turnitin, GPT-0, or even Originality AI. Right? And these tools are important tools to help us detect the use of AI, right? Turnitin is quite popular, if you want, among the academics. That means in universities and colleges. And of course, GPT-0, pretty much anyone can use, all right? And I strongly suggest that you start using it a bit just to see the work that ChatGPT or even Copilot produces, how much of that gets picked up as AI and so on, right? Of course, the other tool is Originality AI, all right? Also another up and coming tool that many people are picking up to in order to detect any AI that is used. So from ChatGPT, we pivoted to Copilot in 2024. We did a lot of work, all right, since January or even late last year. All right? And from there, we discovered that some of the exciting things that Satya spoke about during his earlier trip to Mumbai earlier this year. And I believe it was probably one of the best trips. And during this interview, we
the
picked up
learning
this,
curve, not
right? I
increases
picked
the
up this.
learning curve. So even for somebody displaced mid-career, you can pick up new skills faster, easier. So that's sort of one. The second thing it does is it's sort of, if the previous era was about information at your fingertips, I think of the AI era as expertise at your fingertips. So you can take somebody who's in the front line, whether it's in retail or whether it is in healthcare. It perhaps will even improve the wages because they are now able to give more expert health advice or more expert work is being done by non-experts. They may have domain expertise, but they may not have all the knowledge. And so therefore, I think that they could even be better wage supported new jobs. One of the coolest examples I saw right here in India.
So if you were watching this video, he continued on to talk about some of the case studies that was found in India. So to summarize, I found that this visit really jolted the industry, created a lot of buzz and so forth. In fact, we're starting to see customers coming to our partners and so forth, asking for Copilot and so on. So I believe, is going to drive and fuel economic growth. All right, and I hope that Copilot can be part of you getting expertise at your fingertips. So I'm going to pass you back to the team. All right, so Ridwan, Vic, you there? Back to you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Um, so I will share a little bit about the Copilot system. So Vic cannot join us today, so it's only me and Noel. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So I will just walk through what is Copilot. So Microsoft releases the Copilot system since last year, and then firstly it was under different name. Means they bring in the AI technology part of the Microsoft ecosystem. So they name it Bing Chat. After that, they rename it end of last year and then made available the Copilot AI capability part of their ecosystem, which means in Office 365, Microsoft 365, the name now. And then we have in GitHub, we have in other product as well. So what does it mean in Copilot? Actually, a new way to search, right? So if you are using Google or any Bing common search engine, right? So the way that you search and it's a one way, means you type in anything in the search box, you will browse through the information and you have to choose which one that relevance to you and we will take time. But if you are using Copilot, so they manage to make it shorter, the amount of time you look for information and sometimes it much more precise, right? So you can actually do a lot of things with Copilot. You can actually summarize for you, analyze information for you, and present the information in any format. For example, in tabular format, and maybe rewrite the content and even generate images for you. Right. So this is the idea of Microsoft in using their AI part of their product. So why Copilot? You must be wondering. There's other competitors as well. Microsoft is really focusing in their multimodal AI. So they bring in a lot of other back-end AI model to power the Copilot. And if you're using Copilot, right, you will get all the sites and data sources information part of the response. And one of the great things of using a Copilot AI, right, is a live AI. Using their grounding technology, whatever information available online, and it can actually be presented to Copilot, and it will present the information to you. Compared to other maybe ChatGPT or certain other AI, they have a limited time frame of data uh, has been presented and learned through their model. So Copilot is using a different approach in this. And also in the right side here, they have a commercial data protection. If you're using the enterprise version, you have this particular important feature whereby you can actually control what type of information that available to certain group of people, and also Copilot does not save any of your information or even use your information to train the AI. If I move to the next slide, just a brief overview of Copilot in Microsoft ecosystem product. So one of the uh, main major product that is free available is Copilot for everyone, which is available from your browser. You just go into your browser, Edge browser or any other browser. You just type copilot.microsoft.com. You can straight away use it. Just log in using your personal account. You have a better feature when you are using your personal account, and you also can use it from your smartphone. I guess everyone has a smartphone, and it's really convenient. You just take out your smartphone, go to the App Store or Play Store, just download, search, key in Microsoft Copilot, and just go in and download. You can straight away using the latest GPT-4 model for your AI. And other ways you can use Copilot is from Windows. If you updated your Windows the latest version, right? Just beside the clock, you see there's a clock, right? And clock and date. There's a Copilot icon. And you have other Copilot as well. Microsoft Security Copilot is part of their security product. Means you have AI feature in the Defender and Sentinel and Intune. And the one of the major Copilot product that has been introduced lately, right, is Copilot for Microsoft 365. Means AI capabilities in Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, and other all the lineup of Microsoft 365 product. So if you go into the personas, right, you want to talk to the client, or you want to understand uh, the Copilot suitable for which particular of user. Actually, is open. It's come back to how you want to use the AI. I believe since last year, when people starting using ChatGPT, I guess any area of your knowledge or education background can actually go in using your own creativity to use the AI. So similar to approach of Microsoft Copilot, so you can use for marketing, means you can actually generate ideas, right? Copilot can help you with that. Even with sales, right? It will help you to actually reply sales. If you have the one of the Microsoft product, Power Automate or Power Apps, you can actually generate automatic reply based on the question that you receive from the users, right? For example, I have an inquiry email published in my website. Someone just ask question and send it to that particular email address, and then using the Copilot AI technology will actually come up with the reply and reply to that particular person. You can actually do that. So other than that, you have a customer service. It can help you. Let's say you have a knowledge base, right? Customer service want to get the cases to solve quickly. They can just ask the Copilot, which is connected to your database. Let's say SharePoint, or maybe you have a set of documents that you uploaded to the Copilot, and it will actually bring out all the answers the customer service people worker, and to help them to answer queries. So if you move into more details and deep down to the finance capabilities, right? We have Excel. Means one of the great things is you can actually do projection. You can actually summarize the information in an Excel sheet. It will help you to generate graph, and rather than you teach the people to use the formula in Excel, right? It will actually help you to do that. Other things are here maybe for IT personnel, and they can do a lot of things. If you're a programmer, it will help you to develop application. If you are in other area managing project, it can help you in project tracking and project progress. HR also have a part of it of Copilot. So Microsoft actually has this thing, and managed to actually come up with a focus area that actually covers all the personas that you can think of. So if I just briefly go through in the area of Copilot, for example, in the focus of individual, right? So what does the technology has the Copilot enable? So from here you can see the Copilot in the web. Means you just go into copilot.com .microsoft.com, and then you have other Copilot as well. You have Copilot 365 chat. You have in Teams, Outlook, Word, Loop, to manage the project and brainstorm. You have PowerPoint for you to create any PowerPoint from any proposal that you generated using Copilot. You have in Excel and OneNote, and lastly you have in Windows. So this is an individual focus. If you move much broader, means in team focus, right? If you're in a team, right? In a means you have like 4 or 5 or maybe 10 people in a team. So what are the Copilot that can empower the teams, right? So you have the Copilot in Teams. Means you can collaborate and have a meeting together, and the AI will actually generate all the talking point, minutes of meeting, and all the important information for that particular discussion. And you also have Copilot in Power BI will actually generate all the dashboard, and all the particular features in Power BI. It will auto generate for you, for you to do analysis, or maybe to generate report, and even export any of the dashboard that you created for Power BI. So actually help you to jumpstart using the AI, right? Help you to jumpstart whatever things that you want to do much more easier, rather than you want to think it through, right? Think through the things that you want to do. So if you move to the next, right? Even in organization focus, you if you see maybe in SharePoint, in Power Platform, right? You can create apps using the AI, and you can do a lot of things. One of the example that I did, we create a AI chatbot to answer queries, right? So the information is actually from the website, their own website. So we just use the Copilot Studio to create. It's just easy, just few steps. So the Copilot Studio actually based on low code Power Platform. So that's why when you publish the chatbot, you can actually found there's some names related to Power Platform. but you can actually even publish those AI chat, your own AI chatbots to any of the application. So that's how Microsoft allows you to actually have your own way of publishing your AI tool to other people for them to use it. So if you just want to understand the overview, right? So as a person, so these are the focus area, which means individual, what are the apps that involve an organization and also in your particular team. So done with all the intro just now. So what are the Copilot that actually uh, Microsoft has right now? So what are the product that has the AI capability? So if you look here, you can see from operating system. So they have this AI capability in Windows 11, in Notepad, Paint, Photo, and snipping tool and other things as well. So if you are developer means you're the IT person that creating apps or any mobile apps or in Microsoft or non-Microsoft platform. You have the GitHub Copilot. It will auto actually generate code for you. And also if you are in Power Platform, you can actually generate all the apps and it will actually create the flow for you automatically. And if you are in a ready-made SaaS application, here you have Dynamic 365, also have the Copilot AI capabilities, right? If, for example, in sales, you can actually link to any other technology outside. In Microsoft document, they provide API for you. For example, like Salesforce, you can actually link your Dynamic 365 in sales to the Salesforce, and then it will give all the information and statistic back to the Dynamic 365. And one of the main focus area today is modern work. In my presentation, we will focus on 365. I will later demo some of the features in Copilot. You have if you are really someone that want to go in and build your own AI, Microsoft has that covered as well with their AI or Azure Open AI. And one of the free version of Copilot, which is browser. You can just go in using your Edge browser, even any of the browser, and go into copilot.microsoft.com to try it. So if we just put our focus in Copilot and in Microsoft 365, so you must be wondering what are the costs for me to use, right? So so it's a $30 per user. It's an add-on, means you must have existing 365 subscription. So you just need to go in and add one particular Copilot license to this users. For example, if you have 10 users, then means you have to purchase 10 add-ons and assign them accordingly. So here are the comparison. So like I said, in the beginning, there's a free version from the web and also from the mobile. You also have a Copilot Pro. So Copilot Pro, you don't have all the features, for example, in Teams and other enterprise grade data protection as well. For organizations, you also have a free version. It's similar. And also you have the Copilot for Microsoft 365. So you must be wondering what is the difference between the Copilot Pro and Copilot 365. So it depends on the Microsoft 365 version that you have. For example, if you have the personal, family, and home and basic, and you are eligible to purchase the Copilot Pro. Other than that version, you need to purchase the Copilot for Microsoft 365. So later on, I will show you the table. So here are some of the comparison. So like I said earlier in the overview, there are other Copilot product as well. For example, Copilot for sales, and Copilot for service. So this Copilot for sales and service actually includes the Microsoft 365 apps AI capabilities. Uh, so what does it mean? Means you need to have the 365 first, and then you can actually go in and buy Copilot for sales, and it will actually have certain particular features for this role specific, and it will enable for you. For example, you want to connect to Salesforce or other particular CRM outside. So, like I said, what is included in Microsoft 365 in details? These are some of the lists. So every month since end of last year, Microsoft released more and more apps with AI into the Copilot 365. Means they have a plan. If you go in, maybe later on, I will share you the link. So for example, in January, they will release this particular product to have the Copilot. So throughout this year, you can expect a lot of Microsoft existing 365 product will have the AI capability. So here are some of the licensing requirement. Right, if you want to purchase a Copilot, right, as an add-on. So if you are in any of the E3, E5, even if you are in education plan, you can actually go in and purchase a Copilot as an add-on. So even if you are business basics, business standard, and business premium. So other than this, whatever that written here, you have to go in and purchase the Copilot Pro. Means if you have a family version of Microsoft 365 Home Basic, you can actually go in and purchase the Copilot Pro. It's only $20 per month. So just a walkthrough of what Copilot can do in 365. So for example, you can have a chat with the you can have a chat in the Microsoft 365 to actually summarize things that happened in last week, and then you actually go in and summarize for you. And in Excel, you can show all the data insight for this particular forecast of planning that you want to do. In Teams, you can actually go in and ask any question in Copilot to help you during the meeting. And in Outlook, you can actually ask the Copilot to draft you an email to for you to reply, and even help you in scheduling. For example, you want to schedule a meeting, it will go in and find all the available slot of your team members, and will suggest you a time slot that you can actually go in and send an invitation. In PowerPoint, it will help you to create any presentation based on the proposal in Word document that you have done, and a lot of things that you can actually do. So I will just go through in details in my demo later on. So if you go into one of the Microsoft product, right, which is Word, I believe everyone use it before, Microsoft Word. So if you have the AI capability inside in Microsoft Word, right? So if you can see from here, this particular demo, it will show you how you can actually create a proposal using any of the notes and document that you have created before. So you just open Microsoft Word. If you have all the license ready, right? You just open blank Microsoft Word documents. You can see just top right corner there, there's a Copilot button. You can click over there, and there will be a sidebar for you. Or if you don't want to use that, if you open a document, right, a blank document, it will just pop up you a box here in the middle. You can actually write a content directly using the Copilot. So for this particular demo, we are creating a proposal based on documents that created before. So for example, here they have a note of discussion and also some reference Word document for it to start to create the proposal. So after it create the proposal, right, you can even tune the proposal. Let's say you want to adjust the format. You can tell the Copilot, please adjust this document format based on proposal that I have done it before, or even add some images from this particular file. So it will able to do that, even do other small tasks for you. For example, change the font and maybe change the color of this particular area of text, even to rewrite some of the proposal for you. So for example, you want to add some statistic about global warming, or for particular research that you are doing, you just go into the Copilot here and tell the Copilot, please go do some research and uh, add some statistic about global warming in Malaysia, and then it will actually create a paragraph for you. So after you're happy with the proposal, you can just click there's a button here, keep it, and then it will actually finalize this document for you. So that's how you can actually use Copilot in Microsoft Word. So after you're done with the document just now, you can actually go into the PowerPoint and generate a PowerPoint presentation based on the proposal that you have just created. So here you can just open an empty PowerPoint slide, and then just go in a similar style. There's a Copilot button and the sidebar over there. You just go in and type a command. Please create a proposal based on this particular. Please create a short presentation based on this particular proposal. So it will go in and read through all the details and will highlight all the important information, and bring all the images and all the important point into the presentation. You can see here from here, we were able to generate within like 10 seconds, we were able to generate the presentation. You can even be in conversation with AI, and tell the AI maybe you need to add this particular section, add about cost benefit. So it will do that for you. And also add some images and even do some animation. Let's say, please add these images and do some animation. So Copilot able to actually help you in creating really intuitive and nice presentation. So on top of that, you can see all the presentation that created. It will generate a note of presentation for you to use it during your presentation. So if I move to the next demo here, just want to briefly show you what AI capability in Excel can help you, right? So for example, you have a data here, you have a large set of data, and it's a bit difficult for you to understand. Maybe you just joined the company, or maybe you just want to have some forecast, right? In 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 certain part of months, or maybe end of the year, right? So you can actually go in and ask AI to help you, right? So for example, you can see from the prompt here, please, even before you want to type anything, actually Microsoft actually give you some suggestion. You can see just above the box here, sort by sales price or summarize this data. It can actually help you to do that. If you don't have any idea, you can just start using the predefined prompt that Microsoft gives you. So if you just continue with the demo now, so you can see from here, please analyze the data, and then it will highlight to you some of the key trends. And then let's say, show me a breakdown of this particular product sales growth, and it will actually create the graph for you and highlight, uh, uh, certain quarter like Q1, Q2, Q3, what are the percentage of sales growth, right? And let's say you want to, color code of this table. You can actually go in and ask the Copilot to do it for you. So imagine if you want to create this, right? I believe you have to go into, Bing or Google and search for formulas, and then after that, you have to create a new sheet and then copy over the data and then do a comparison. After that, you need to generate the graph, and it will probably will take like whole day for you to actually do this, right? So, but with AI, it will actually help you within maybe 15 minutes. You will have the graph and all the information ready for you. You can even do some projection. You can see here, it generates some projections of this particular product for Q1 23 and Q4 22. So you can actually do that for you. So and then you can even, if you are you are don't really understand how does the Copilot do this thing, you can actually go and validate this information generated by Copilot, is it correct? You can actually go in and ask a Copilot. For example, here you can see the prompt here explains this model uh, that Copilot generated based on this information. So this how it, and then it will explain to you what does it mean by things that it generated. So you can actually use a Copilot. It will really helpful in actually, especially in Excel. I can see in Excel and also in Power BI. So in Outlook, I don't want to go into detail, so I just maybe skip. I just want to show you in Teams. All right. So one of the great features, right, when you have AI in your Microsoft Teams, right? For example, you are too busy, you cannot join the meeting. You can actually ask Copilot to follow the meeting, and then after the meeting done, right, it will actually generate for you all the important information, discussion and notes, summary, and even action item for that particular meeting. So you can even go in and ask Copilot what are the other things that were discussed in this particular meeting. And you can even, ask Copilot what are the feelings towards certain idea that was discussed in this particular meeting as well. So that's how actually AI can help in teams, right? So one of the real magic in AI in Teams is during live meeting. So you can see from the demo right here, there's a button, Copilot button there. You just click and you can go in and ask, recap this meeting so far. Let's say you are just joined a bit late, right? You have something to do. You can just go in and ask Copilot to summarize the meeting for that particular moment. And even you can actually ask Copilot to create a question for you to ask the audience. It will give you like 5 or 4 questions, and then we'll put a reference name to all the question. Means this particular first question you should ask to person number one, and then question number two you can ask person number four. So it can actually able to do that for you. You can even ask the Copilot, for example, like here, what are the these questions that are unresolved based on this particular meeting, right? So it will actually highlight to you, and you can actually even ask Copilot to list out all the action item. So that's one of the real magic in using AI in Copilot in Teams, right? So so one of the key area when you talk about Copilot is about security. So people are really worried about, let's say, if you even your personal information, you are really concerned, right? So same goes to the enterprise, right? For example, when you have a set of data, for example, just take a simple set of data. For example, set of salaries, right? In your organization, that should be one of the confidential information. You don't want anyone to go into the enterprise Copilot within your own tenant and ask about this particular people's salary on other things. But even more dangerous, right, is the own company information. For example, their sales, their customer, right? So we went through few of the presentation with the customers. So normally they will highlight, they will say that in older days, right, most of the informations are not in a particular order that you can make it make sense of it. For example, maybe you have maybe this particular person will have some sort of information. These people will have all the other information, and maybe you have to present to a certain meeting for them to make a decision. But throughout the years, right, with all the advancement in technology, we have Power BI, right? We have Dynamic 365 CRM. So all the informations are already key into the system, right? So anyone, if even access to the system, can actually make sense, can understand all the information. So maybe they can understand, oh, this particular company source this product from this area, which is much more cheaper, and they are selling to this particular customers, right? So that's one of the great concern when you present Copilot to them. So so one of the way, right, Microsoft actually really focuses in their model, right, to make it really secure. All right. So they are really clear about their responsible AI uh, their responsible AI, means they have their own structure of making sure all the AI model and your data is secure. It's not in use in something that not really in compliance and don't have any security control to it. So Microsoft really clear and tell you that your data is your data. So they don't use any of your data to actually train the model. Your data is protected. You can actually have all the compliance and control. If you are in Microsoft 365 tenant, you can actually have all the control to actually set which of the data that can be accessed by Copilot, can be accessed by this particular user, and you can actually do that. You can mark this particular information as confidential. If you go in about Copilot in security, you can actually go in and understand that in really detail. I don't want to discuss that today. So here, if you want to understand overview of it, so the Copilot the enterprise version actually covers much more wide areas of features. So they have all the compliance, security, privacy covered. You can actually go inside the Copilot admin dashboard. You can eventually go in and drill down the logs and understand which user doing which particular task, and you can actually even block certain action based on the particular user access level. So you can actually do that. So here actually some of the overview of how Copilot works. I don't want to go into details, a bit complicated. But if you want to understand, maybe I will share you a video of it. All right. Actually how the prompt go into the grounding process, and then go into a Microsoft Graph API technology. After that, it will go, and after the uh, prompt has been modified, it will send to the AI model, right? And then it will return back your answers, and give it and then go into the graph, Microsoft Graph, and then finally it will send it to you. So other things Copilot can do. So I believe I've shown most of it. So yeah, Copilot in Teams, Outlook, and PowerPoint. So if you have the Copilot license ready, so this is a brief walkthrough on how you can actually set up them. So maybe I do. If you have all the license, you can just go in and get started. Prepare your organization. It's actually really easy, right? any of the IT admin and people inside your organization can actually go in and onboard to Copilot. So, yep. Here is a nice way for you to go in and onboard to Copilot. It's a reading material that I want to share. I will share in the link later on. So here you got all the presentation deck and information for you to read through. It's publicly available for you. And some of the detailed information also available here. I will drop this information, the link into the chat. So that's all for me. I think maybe I pass it to Noel if Noel has anything to say before we end our session today.
Any questions? We have some really good technical people in the group. Tom, Max, Alex, any questions?
I guess there's no question, Noel. I believe no one asked anything.
Maybe we should show them more demos.
Okay, let me just try one.
We still have a few minutes. Yeah, we got lots of demos, right? We can show them.
Let's show you one demo, right? Let me just prepare that.
How many of you have used the free Copilot? The one found on the phone and in the web. That's how I normally guide people to get started. If you guys haven't used the free Copilot, right, I think it's a very good place to start. Just install it on your phone, right? Or just use it from the computer with a browser.
Let me show them one of the demo related to Microsoft Form.
Sure, go ahead.
So recently, just in April, Microsoft releases the Copilot in Forms. So you can actually generate forms really quickly using the AI. So if you have the Copilot ready, right, you can just go in and go to Microsoft Forms. And then you can just click here, new form. You can see, right, draft with Copilot. You can actually, you can if you don't have any idea of how you want to generate a form, Microsoft actually have a example for you to use it. For example, let's say we just try maybe create an employee feedback form, right? So from then you can generate. say like within like few seconds, I think about 10 seconds, you're able to generate all the question for you. You can edit the question if you want to, and then you can just keep it. Then it will generate the form.
Wow, that was quick.
Yep. Yes. Then you can just change the style. You just choose this one. And yep. So you are ready, right? So you just ready, and then so you can change some of the style. So you are ready. So within, just like within even not even 1 minute, I able to create a form. So you can just go in. The form is ready, right? Start now. You have all the and you can submit. So you can even try creating your own. For example, here, let me just try create a feedback form for AI webinar session, asking the user about their their, their maybe understanding about AI and also about future of AI. Then you can just generate.
Wow. Very good.
Yep. Yes. So it will really help you to get start to do something. Maybe you have your own creativity on idea on how you want to do it, but let's cut to the chase and use AI first. Let's see what are the ideas, and then after that you can edit and bring in your own. Right? It's easy. It's difficult even if you want to create your own form, right? You want to choose what type of question, long answer, short answer. You want to put in all the option for them to select. With AI, actually, the for you, it's easier. So you can just choose 16. Ready. So all there's a lot of AI features. So maybe we have about 1 minute. So I just show you Microsoft Word. Maybe I can just show you PowerPoint. If we have any presentation document, actually can generate for you. So this is the Copilot button that I just mentioned to you just now. So you can just click. Okay, you have all the things that you can do. Create presentation from any information available online. You can create presentation from any files that you have created inside your tenant. Let's say SharePoint, OneDrive, right? You have all the files there. Microsoft even have here the prompt area here. This is called a prompt area. They have a built-in prompt. You can see here some of the predefined prompt. You can actually use it, create, edit, and even ask. Yeah, you can actually do that. So for example, let's say create presentation about, let me just create presentation. Okay. So I have created a business proposal for a coffee shop before. So I created about 1 month ago. So let's try to generate a presentation based on that. Let's try to do this. So he will give you some outline. What are the outline the presentation will be. So you can see from here the overview of and then they have an executive summary, objective, market analysis. And then after it generated the outline, it will start generating the slides.
Amazing.
Yep. So you know what is amazing is I'm just doing this through my web browser. I'm just using.
Yes, indeed.
See, I have drafted 19 slides. You know, just within like 30 seconds, generated the slide for you. Then all the financial plans here are here, revenue sources and everything, even with the pictures, tables, right? Yep. So you can actually change through the designer if you want to adjust anything. Yep. So you can just go in and change it. Change this one. Maybe you want to change the design of the slides. You can actually do this. So, oh, sorry.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's how easy it is now. You want to create any documents, presentation using AI. So that's all for me, Noel. I guess it's 5 now. 5.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm sure you've learned something. All right. Come back to us if you have any questions.
Yes, please reach out to us. You can. I believe most of you are here and part of the group, right? In WhatsApp group there. So you can if you have any question, if you want any help with your project or anything, you can just ask. We are happy to you know, go in and help you and give some suggestion. So that's all. Thank you very much. See you guys.
Take care. God bless. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Tom. Bye, Alex. Thank you, Lorraine. Bye, Ridwan. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.